We'll be live!
Serving shaitan with a smile.
We're sticking with that one.
I like it. I know. I do. I like it. It
I
makes
like
me
it.
happy.
I like
It makes me happy.
I think you picked. I think we made the right decision.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. And even if
Yeah,
we
we did.
didn't, we're just gonna go with it. So like
Yeah.
it's set in stone now, and you guys just have to deal with it. Like, that's it. So this is not it says republic in the name, y'all, but it's more of like a dictatorship.
Yeah. That's just a brand. It's not real. Shikha saying love you guys. Thank you, Shikha.
Oh,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
that. Christopher is saying hi and also saying that he has already liked the video. I hope the rest of you are going to do the same thing. Or else.
He's watching.
Yes. Oh, Susie is here. Yay! And Atheist Damien, who is a member, who's a channel member, is here. And also Cairo and Hindustani. Woo. That's great. You know what we're going to do today? We are going to solve a mystery. And that mystery is, why is Ali Dawah so popular? Because it makes absolutely no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. I always thought, like, why this guy? I mean, I'm not just saying it because he has a Muslim channel. I'm not saying it because obviously Islam is stupid, but I'm not just saying it because of that. I'm just saying it even relative to other Muslim channels.
Yeah.
Why is he the biggest ones? Because he's the biggest one. He is the biggest one. But relative to the other one, it makes no sense. He's the dumbest one, and he's even not the best at speaking. He doesn't have the greatest logic. He doesn't have the greatest looks. He doesn't have the greatest speaking techniques. He doesn't have the greatest anything. Like Muhammad Hijab, Daniel Hagaju, Smile to Jannah. I think they should be bigger than him. Why is he the biggest one?
They all seem to bring something to the table, and it's not that Armin and I are here to say that, Smile to Jannah is correct, because of course not. His arguments are still very terrible, but at the very least, it's entertaining,
They're all are saying nonsensical stuff.
Right. They're all wrong.
But you look at Smile to Jannah's video, and like the editing, the speaking technique, the charisma, the apparent attempt at logic, it's all there. Like, Daniel Haggachu's like boom, 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 boom.
He's
and
got
like
the sources. He's citing from the Quran regularly. I mean,
his knowledge on Islam is like 100 times more than Ali Dawah could ever dream of.
Yeah.
And then but why is his channel the biggest one?
I think it's just a good time to remind all of our viewers out there of what the ad populum fallacy is, right? Just because a bunch of people like something or say it's right definitely doesn't mean it's good or right. So yeah, I don't know, maybe we'll find out today. I doubt we'll hear any good, arguments for why Islam is true, but maybe we'll find out today at least why Ali Dawah is so popular. Maybe these videos will, by the time we get through them, we'll be like, okay, that was all right. That makes sense, But
so we're gonna watch some of these videos to figure this out. By the way, I completely forgot that I had dinner with the guy. Yeah, like actually, look at So Susanna here. Look at this. This is me and Ali Dawah having dinner with each other. I had completely forgotten about this until Susanna mentioned. Yeah.
Do you think he was proud of that, or?
He was okay. To be honest, he was in person. He was nice. He was a nice person. Yeah. In person, he was pretty decent. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, it was a good experience. The food was great. The experiments, it was pretty. It was a good day.
It looks like good food, at least. I mean,
yeah. I mean, we did talk about why it's okay to execute me, right?
Yeah,
that was the debate that we were having, and he was explaining it to me why that should be okay.
Right.
But the topic seemed like it wouldn't be friendly, but it was very friendly. Like we had a very friendly discussion. We went and had dinner to each other. Like we laughed at each other's jokes. It was a very pleasant, friendly experience. But the topic was why it's okay to kill me because I left Islam. Why that's okay.
That's what I'm thinking. So, just lighthearted, casual conversation over a meal, but among friends, you know? Like,
by the way, YouTube, we're not saying that's okay. Right. Especially given that that's me.
Right.
Okay?
Obviously,
we disagree.
Come on.
But it's odd to have such a friendly and calm discussion with somebody, given that the topic is like whether or not it's okay for me to be executed. Yeah. That was odd, having such a friendly relationship.
And it does. It makes you wonder almost. Like it's like, do you really feel this? You know, you say you do, but like here's you know, like here we are, right? And yeah, it's very strange. It is strange, you know? Like, I just, I don't know. I don't know how somebody can go through a meal like that, you know, knowing that the entire time they're on the side of killing their dinner partners. You know what I'm saying? And then walk away from that thinking like, I did good. You know, I was the good person there at the dinner. I brought good conversation that was fun for everybody, and I brought the right points.
But I feel like weird as well, because I feel like I was something like, what if I came out of that dinner? I'm like, what a friendly guy. That was a pleasant experience. Like, I don't know why I felt like that, given the topic.
Except for the him wanting to kill me thing. Other than that, he was great.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't want to kill me. Like he is not like the argument is not that I would. Somebody got to do it, not me. Right? Like proper state and everything.
Right?
Yeah. Like I'm not. You're not. I'm not. I don't want to do that to you. Somebody else will take care of it.
It is really strange, honestly. Like it just blows my mind. I don't know. I could never be in that place, mainly because I would instantly see how weird of a thing that was. It's like, I'm going to go have dinner with somebody that I genuinely believe the government should hunt down and kill.
Like, YouTube?
Again.
Be careful, YouTube.
Right, YouTube. Clearly, we don't agree.
We are talking about other people's bad beliefs that we condemn, okay?
Yeah,
so
of course.
Please do not. Okay, so let's watch some of his videos, okay?
Let's see. I'm sure it's going to be great stuff, honestly. I know we're going to have fun.
You know, I haven't watched his videos, okay? I think I should have watched his videos before, but I was like, maybe raw reaction would be better, okay?
Yeah.
So
I come into him blind every time.
So. I have 3. Yeah, but like maybe this is a bad idea because I have 3 videos, and maybe like we're gonna have 3 like nothing. Like we're gonna have like.
Well, if we get through the 3 and there's nothing there, I'm sure we can find something else. You know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Okay, let's watch this.
Sister Autumn, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
So you got a jacket there.
Yeah.
It looks nice. It's got buttons. It looks like it's designed. Is it different color? Am I seeing?
Instant sin. Okay, this is like not approved by many Muslims. Like, many Muslims. If I was like a conservative Muslim, I would be like, Brother Ali, what the hell are you doing? Why are you showing these women to us without hijab? Like, this is like like by certain standards of many Muslims, this is like unacceptable. Look at them. Yeah. Look at what he's showing. I am instantly aroused. Look at that. Like, why
isn't he not supposed to be like talking with the women too? Isn't that like a?
I mean, he's like looking at them.
Right.
He's obviously looking at them, and worse than that, he's showing us hijabless women on his YouTube channel.
So all of the devout Muslims that watched this have sinned, and now they are on Ali Dawah's head, right? That's like he's got a lot to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, depends on how conservative you are. So you look at Ali and you think conservative Muslim, but a lot of conservative Muslims are like, no, he's not like following the rules like this. He's not following the rules. He shouldn't be able to do this. He's sure he has published videos of this degeneracy. Like, he's showing us this is basically PORN by Islamic standards,
Right.
and it's uploaded on an Islamic channel. This is the number one Islamic channel, the English Islamic channel in the world, and it's posting videos of hijabless women.
You slipping,
This is
Ali Dawah.
insane.
You slipping, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
We're only a couple of
So
seconds
it's
in, and it's already
already-
like, I know,
It's
I'm already
already-
incapable of continuing on to hear his point because of these, scantily clad women. Like, it's
I mean, let me see what like Daniel Hagaju does. A proper Muslim.
Yes.
Okay.
Please remind
Yeah.
everybody the correct Islamic way to show
Yeah.
these
Filth.
Ugh, gross.
Okay, here, let me show you. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is a proper Muslim channel. This is why
Mhm.
it's not as popular, because you know why? I now know why Ali Dawah's channel is the most popular, because it's selling filth, and
Because
people
he's
like
showing
filthy,
degeneracy
Yeah,
and
yeah.
spreading. Oh my gosh! Wow.
So look, so look at Daniel Hagaju's attempts at like not showing. Look at
No.
So you see, like, so you have Nuria on,
Oh my
right?
God.
And you make pixels. Like, I can still see the hair, but let me like click on the video, see what we get actually.
That is the proof that.
So look, Ali, look, like there's pixelated. I mean, I am not horny at all anymore.
Right.
The pixels are working. Are you horny?
No,
Secular
no.
Rarity?
I honestly, I don't even know that's a woman down there. Like, I don't know, I
Yeah.
can't tell anything. Like, nothing's going on below the waist for me. We are good. We are in, completely compliant territory. So thank you, Daniel. Like, because honestly,
exactly.
if that pixelation wasn't there, again, I just doubt that I could pay attention to anything that's happening. It would be too much.
Yeah.
It would be too much. Yeah.
Yeah. What if people are saying, what about folks with pixel fetish? I don't know.
It's probably
what to say
out
about that.
there. It's got to be out
Yeah.
there. It has to be.
Yeah.
Right?
But look, this is a proper Islamic channel, and Ali Dawah, this is look at this. Look at this. Look at this filth. Like, are you not ashamed?
Ugh.
All right.
I expected better.
Let's go through.
I expected better.
Yeah. All right, let's see what there's. So he's asking, what is he? I forgot what he's even asking.
He's asking about like her coat.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, okay. What about the quote? Let's see. How's the quote is going to be?
I know.
relevant
Where
to
is he
Islam?
gonna go in the next 50 seconds with this? Honestly, I have no idea.
The quote. Okay, I have no idea. Okay, let's see.
Tom, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
So you got a jacket there.
Yeah.
It looks nice. It's got buttons. It looks like it's designed. Is it different color? Am I seeing things?
Yeah.
Is it one jacket with different? That's very unique. Are you into fashion?
No.
Okay, but that's very unique.
I want to guess where he's taking this before we watch the
Okay.
rest of it.
Okay. All right. I might have a
Yeah.
guess too. What are you thinking?
I have nothing yet. What is your guess? I'm thinking.
So I'm thinking, just because I heard him say designed, I'm thinking maybe he's going this route of like basically the whole watchmaker thing, oh no, everything's so special around us. It had to be put together by an intelligent person. Like, that's what I'm thinking. But I don't know. Fashionista. Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Design argument.
Watchmaker design.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
no. I
Where you
think
think
he's
he's
gonna
going?
tell them. I think he's gonna tell them that whatever they picked is not their choice, because I'm
Oh.
cheating.
You
I'm
think
cheating
he's gonna go like the non-free will thing? Is that what you're thinking? Or
Well, I'm cheating because I've seen him make this argument 1,000 times.
Okay.
So I'm thinking this is the
Okay.
same, because people say like hijab is not a choice, and he's like, None of this is a choice.
Oh, you think? Oh, wow! If he goes that route with this, that will be freaking interesting. Okay, yeah.
He's saying fine-tuned clothing. All right,
Fine-tuned
well, let's see. Let's see.
So the person who made this jacket, did you make or did you buy it?
I bought it.
Okay, you bought it. So somebody designed that
Yeah.
and gave it a purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever wondered what's your purpose or who's created you?
I know what my purpose is.
Do you believe?
Okay, neither of us was right.
yeah,
Neither of us was
yeah.
right. It's more about purpose.
Okay, let's see.
We were both wrong.
Did you?
I know what my purpose is.
Do you believe in God?
No.
Okay, what's your purpose in life?
To be happy.
Okay, but what do you mean by happiness?
Oh my god!
To just enjoy my life.
Okay, but do you think that's ultimate happiness? Like I used to like. I'm a Muslim, by the way. I came to Islam 10 years ago, so I used to live this lifestyle of happiness, clubbing, partying. It never made me happy. Deep down, I was not happy. When I'm with
Oh my
What?
god! Why?
What?
Okay, so I don't know how you got
this
from
went-
a jacket.
Yeah, this is so much worse than what either of us were thinking. Like this is so low level. Just like, oh my gosh, if he's gonna go the route of just basically like, you just want to be doing your bad stuff and being all debaucherous and whatnot, blah blah. That's just so lazy of an argument. It's just
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And I don't. It's so amazing how when we say, the whole point of life is happiness.
Mhm.
When religious people, some of them, when they hear happiness, their mind immediately goes to the most short-term, basic,
Right.
forms of like pleasure.
Right.
A lot of times having to do with sex, but mostly with clubbing and I don't know,
It's
partying.
ridiculous.
I mean, you guys do understand that happiness involves, I don't know, caring for other people, loving a friendship, reading a book, enjoying a great movie, enjoying the company, being significant, helping others, getting joy out of making other people's life feel significant, caring for somebody also makes you happy. Like,
I had a
why
really
do you-
good sandwich yesterday. Like it was a really, really good sandwich, you guys. Like the bread was just right. Like it tasted great. That made me happy. Why is that a problem? Why would that be
Yeah.
why would that be strange?
No. That's not no. Happiness for them. When we atheists say happiness, it means like you were partying all night and drinking and
Wild sex parties, just drugs,
cocaine,
just,
something like that. That's
it has to
that's
be.
happened. But it's interesting because he just said like, well, that's not ultimate happiness.
Mhm.
Okay, so like listen to this because listen to the here.
I mean,
Go back.
okay, but what do you mean by happiness?
To just enjoy my life.
Okay, but do you think that's ultimate happiness?
Well, is it like enjoying life? Is that ultimate happiness? So you yourself are looking for happiness.
Right.
So basically he's suggesting that at the end of the day, whatever we're looking for is happiness. Maybe you don't even understand. She hasn't even explained what her idea of happiness is, but whatever that is, if you think it's unworthy and something else is worthy, you yourself, Ali, are describing that as ultimate happiness. So the point, as she said, at the end of the day is happiness. Even if ultimate happiness is to serve Allah, right?
Still happiness.
And then die and go to heaven. If that's the ultimate thing, you could still describe that as ultimate happiness.
Right.
So whatever you do, the point will be happiness. So she
Right.
didn't say anything wrong.
Right. And I think exactly what you said is spot on so much. And I have said this repeatedly, which is I genuinely believe all of the moral systems out there are using the concept of well-being, right? The whole like harm and like not harm, like the pain and pleasure thing, like because when you listen to a really, really devout Christian, all they're saying is at the end of the day, do the things that I'm telling you so that you're not harmed eventually by my mafia boss. Like that's what it's all for. And so when they make this really silly kind of hand wavy, oh, happiness, oh, you just want pleasure, oh, you just don't want to be harmed, it's like, this is dumb because this is what you are going for too. This is exactly the thing that you're going. What you're saying is that I have to go this route to get to happiness and avoid harm.
Happiness, yeah.
Right. So it's I agree. They're using the same system and they're just doing a really, really crap job of putting it into practice. Right. So he's probably about to say how happiness can only be derived from this specific pathway. But again, like ultimate happiness is also a stupid concept. It's like a perfect circle. Like it's just not something that exists in the real world. You can't just go pick it up.
You know, which is weird. She didn't even describe how she gets her happiness.
I know.
Right?
We haven't even.
She hasn't even described what makes her happy, and like you're just assuming that maybe she wants like orgies and drugs and partying all the time. Like you just assume that. You maybe give her a second. Maybe she's like, yeah, I get happiness from serving Allah. You don't know, like
right? She could be a super devout Muslim, dude. Like, chill out for a second.
You don't know.
It's like the broadest thing ever. It's like walking up to a brand new stranger and just being like, hey, do you have a job? And then being like, yeah, I have a job. And you being like, oh, but how do you know that's a good job? Like, what is your, like, how are you actually providing help to others? It's like, whoa, dude, hang on. Like, you don't even know what I do.
I've been describing. Yeah.
I'm a librarian.
Just made a whole bunch of assumptions. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see. Maybe she tells her what she gets her happiness.
I used to, like, I'm a Muslim, by the way. I came to Islam 10 years ago. So I used to live this lifestyle of happiness, clubbing, partying. It never made me happy.
You're still okay, but you're still living. Okay, it never made you happy. Okay, but you're still living a lifestyle of happiness. Right. Like I used to live a lifestyle of happiness, and it never made me happy. Well, Ali, are you happy now? And if yes, then you're still living a lifestyle of happiness. But something else is making you happy. But let's see what she says.
Just real quick, I'd like to point out that since we're talking about happiness, I'd like for all of our viewers to just watch the faces of these women as this continues, because already in the 40 seconds that's happened, I can see all of their faces have dropped. They are definitely rethinking talking to this guy. So
deep down, I wasn't happy when I was in that club.
I don't go clubbing. I don't go partying.
Very good.
Oh.
Instantly.
What?
Oh my god! What does he say? What does he say in the next 12 seconds that makes up for that? In my opinion, there's no way, because he comes off so fucking confident, and he's oh yeah, I used to want happiness. I was partying and clubbing, and she's like, oh, I don't do that stuff. I said
I want to be happy. Why did you assume that I'm doing like what? That's what I said. Like he's assuming like, oh, you want happiness? Oh, you filth. I don't know. You like. I don't want to say it on YouTube. Like I can't imagine what happiness. Ew! Oh, all the sex and partying and drugs. Like I used to be like that. I used to want happiness. I used to party. Like nope, that's not what I meant. She's like, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant when I said happiness.
That's just such a standard thing in this theist atheist discussion where it's like exactly, Susanna, like he just assumes she's a party whore basically because they have such a twisted view of morality where it's like, if you don't believe in praising my best friend in the sky, you clearly must be out there just sexing up all the people, just doing the murders, just being a bad. And it's like, holy crap. Like, I don't just wake up in the morning and think, how many people am I gonna have wild sex parties with this week? Like, calm down.
You
man.
don't?
No, I mean, okay. I would be fine with that, but like my life isn't that interesting. Like,
okay, so here's the thing. This is something that a lot of religious people do. Like, do you know why you need Islam? Do you know why you need Christianity? because because look at all this filthy people partying, and people are like, well, I don't have Islam or Christianity. I'm not doing all of that. Like, you making it seem it's like either be a Muslim or wasting your entire life just partying and drinking alcohol.
Basically.
And like, that's a false dichotomy. There are a lot of people who have managed to have healthy lives without Islam, that are not
hardcore Muslim, hardcore heroin addict. I don't know, Armin. That seems like the only two options there. Either you are devoutly following Allah or you're just on the crack rock. Am I wrong on that? You're saying there's
that seems to be the suggestion. Okay, I see the super chat. I will address the super chat after we finish this video. So let's go.
So that's what you're living at.
I'm not saying that makes me happy.
Okay, so
it's quite rude of you to assume that. Actually,
I'm forgive me.
It is. It is. Okay, that was.
He posted this video. He posted this video.
Yeah, this is on his channel.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what doesn't make sense. Like why would you watch this? Does something happen in the last 5 seconds of this video that just makes him look like a badass? Because so far he's just looked like a dick.
Yeah. You're right.
This is very strange. I don't know why he would post this video.
Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
So, by the way, I came to Islam 10 years ago. So I used to live this lifestyle of happiness, clubbing, partying. It never made me happy. Deep down, I was not happy. When I was in that club,
I don't go clubbing, I don't go partying.
Very good. So that's what you're living at.
I'm not saying that makes me happy.
Okay,
it's
so
quite rude of you to assume that. Actually,
forgive me for assuming. I was talking about myself. But so what do you see happiness is for you? Like, tell me, like, on a day-to-day basis.
No, honestly, I can't explain it.
That's it?
You got to be kidding me. Oh my God. Okay, first video this is a fail, Armin. We have not figured out. We have not gotten any justification as to why he is popular. That makes no sense that he would post that video thinking like, "Oh yeah, I look good in this." Like, oh my gosh.
You know how many views this video got?
I don't want to know. Tell me how many.
Yes, it's
100,000.
2.7 million. 2.7 million.
Are 2.7 million people? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is that like 2.6 million people reviewing it and making fun of how stupid he looks? Like,
no, the number of views.
Gosh.
The number of views that you thought this video got is the number of likes this video got. It got at 92.
Gosh.
It got 92,000 likes. That's not the views. That's the likes.
Why would he post that video? What do you think was going through his mind as he is posting that video? Do you genuinely think he was like, I look good in this? Like, I showed them, ha ha ha, like warrior for Allah here. Oh my gosh. It's so does he think it's the I don't know? Does he think it's the fact that this person just on the spot randomly just is not confident about the definition of happiness? Like, is that what he thinks is the gotcha? I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused.
So,
I don't understand.
Well, let's try to understand why this is so popular by looking at the comments.
What are the people saying?
So the top comment with 9,000 likes is saying she got offended without him offending her. She seems real happy, and then laughing at her. I mean, he assumed like he was. So like, where do you get? What do you want? Like, I want to be happy, like everyone was. Like, well, I used to want that. I used to want to partying and stuff. Well, that's an assumption that you're making about a person. I mean, she was. And she didn't seem that offended. She was just correct. Like, it was rude.
No,
it's a genuine observation. She said it very calmly.
She was in no way, shape, or form being dramatic or responding to like some absurd degree or anything. This was a normal person just being like, "Hey, man, we don't know each other, and the things you just said kind of sound like you're making a weird judgment on me that you don't know about." Like, all she did was just assert herself and stand her ground when some weird guy just said weird things about her. Like, there's nothing ridiculous about that. And it doesn't have anything to do with, she was laughing at the end of the video. Like, she genuinely seemed happy throughout, like, that whole video, other than the times when Ali Dawah was speaking. for like 10 to 15 seconds, all of the women standing there seemed like they wanted to be anywhere else. But other than that, she seemed happy.
So here's another comment saying, why did she get so defensive? Because no, but here's the thing, even if she got defensive, it makes complete sense. Like a lot of religion, there's a lot of religious people, you act like you're so high and mighty when it comes to like above everyone else when it comes to being moral. You act like because being Christian or Muslim, you're living such pure lives, and non-Muslims are living lives of, I don't know, immorality, just focused on short-term pleasures, meaningless sex, alcohol, partying, and drugs. And that because your religion has nothing to offer when it comes to morality, you pretend like you're living such lives, such clean and moral lives, and people outside of your religion are not. And that assumption is disgusting. As people, like, you're making general assumptions about entire groups of people. Of course you're going to be defensive against that. You yourself, Muslims themselves, will be very defensive if you make general assumptions about Muslims. Christians will be defensive if you make general assumptions about Christians. So why wouldn't people be defensive if you are making such value judgments about their lives just because they don't ascribe to your made-up religion? It makes complete sense to be defensive when you're making such general claims.
Yeah, and again, it's oftentimes the claims that are being made, really, at the end of the day, are not something like, oh, I don't like the shirt that you're wearing, or, man, I really think you could have said that last phrase better. It's the claims that are being made are things like, you're scum, like you deserve to be put to death. YouTube, as a reminder, never agreeing with that stuff, just pointing out the terrible things that other people say to people. And so you're standing there with a Christian, right? A Christian apologist or a Muslim, and they're basically telling you, again, like you were saying, sitting there over a nice dinner, and they're basically telling me I deserve to be put to death. And then when you get a little upset about that, they're like, whoa, we're just having a good conversation. Why are you so defensive? Like, come on. Come on. You tried to write off this random person, Ali Dawah, as being worthless, as being somebody who just is incapable of managing their life and finding good things and being a good person, all because they're not Muslim. And again, at least in that clip, you don't even know she could be Muslim. Like, she absolutely could be a believing Muslim. Like, we never even got there. But
yeah, and there's a part of it, the last part where it says, like, I was saying that about myself, not about you. That's so dishonest, because she was saying, you asked her, what do you want? And she said happiness. And you were saying, well, let me tell you about me when I wanted to be happy. Like, so you are saying that you are happiness outside of Islam. You were relating that to meaningless short-term joy. Like, I used to basically say, I used to be like that, and this is what it means to be like that. And she was explaining to her, like, no. Happiness doesn't necessarily doesn't mean that. Happiness, we can, and here's the thing: when you try to pin her down about, well, what makes you happy, a lot of us haven't figured that out yet. We know we're going through that journey. Like, you wanted to include that failure of her answering that question as a way to show, like, oh, look, she can't even explain how she gets happiness. But we are on a path of discovery, right? Yeah. And she looks pretty young. I mean, that's not an age where you have discovered that. It's good to understand that at the end of the day, the whole point of life is happiness. And as you go through life, what you end up discovering is some of the greatest sources of joy and happiness is to make other people happy, right? Because those are long-term meaningful happinesses. Like, if the happiness that you get out of, I don't know, drinking alcohol or like going to party, they're not going to make you. You know that they're not going to be lasting. But the happiness that you get out of being significant in other people's lives and changing other people's lives for the better, you see those are meaningful long-term happiness. So you will, as you go through life, if you keep looking for that source of happiness, you will eventually discover what meaningful, significant sources, long-lasting sources of happiness are. It's okay if you haven't figured that out. If somebody asks you what makes you happy, and you're like, I don't know how to answer that, that's okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the idea that, because this is exactly the idea that Islam is perpetuating, is that there is one path to real happiness, and it was created long ago. And despite whatever changes may occur in your life and the world around you, this is still the path. And that's just silly, because so many people, time and time again, when we ask people, we say, hey, were you the same person 10 years ago? Did the same things make you happy 10 years ago that make you happy today? No, of course not. We change. So yeah, what makes you happy today may not be the thing that makes you happy tomorrow. But again, Islam wants to pretend as if, hey, we already figured all this stuff. Like, there's no way that Islam would know about how happy AI could make people, right? I mean, come on, So don't pretend that there's one method that was figured out a long time ago and no updates are needed,
So we got 4 super chats. Amazing. We get a lot of support from our community, which is amazing. Asian American with a $10 super chat saying, my definition of what?
Happiness,
To
I'm
read,
assuming.
Okay. To read all the myths and legends of the world, to learn the languages of humans and chemical languages of plants. Really, that's okay. To rid of the world of plastics. Oh, that's nice. And partake in the occasional wordgasm. What is that?
It's I'm assuming Gaijin is combining word with the word orgasm. And basically,
I know that's what he's doing.
Yeah, basically saying he will receive orgasms based on some words that he either encounters, or there are some really fun words out there. I will say that. Like, I do at least in part understand. So there are some
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but I get that.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, and Gaijin, just so you know, you're wrong and you're going to burn in hell for that according to Islam. So just thought I'd...
Secular Sakai just gave us a $3 super sticker, which is a little fox. Oh no, it's a Shibu Inu.
Oh yeah,
it's a Shibu. Yeah, okay.
And it says, "How's it going?"
All right, and we got a $20 super chat from D saying, "What do you guys think of David Wood? I can't stand that he is so blind to the nonsense of Christianity, but he is too funny. I can't not like him. Have you been seeing his take on Sneeko? I mean, people don't have to be right about everything for us to like them. It would be very hard to like people if they have to be right about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, technically you couldn't find anybody to like if that was the standard, right? Oh, he's blind to the nonsense. Sorry, I read that wrong. To the nonsense of Christianity. I don't know what. So yeah, I mean, here's the thing: everybody believes in some sort of nonsense or another, including yourself, including me, including Secular Rarity, right? So this is what I said: when I see somebody believing in something so obviously insane, and I want to like the guy. And I'm like, but he is so stupid. Why is he so stupid about these things? I really want to like this guy, but he's like, what the hell? Do you really believe that? That's insane. Yeah. Okay. So for me to get around that, I'm like, okay, you know what? I probably believe in something that is absolutely nonsense. I don't know what that is, but one of the things that I believe in, at least one of them must be ridiculous. Okay. I mean, I believe so many things. I don't know which one of them is ridiculous, but probably one of them is. And then I'm like, that's how I get around. Like, okay, so he believes in something stupid. I believe in something stupid. I don't know which one. It's fair. It's okay. That's how I get around it. Does that?
I like the I totally understand that, and I like the kind of tactic of thinking about it in the sense of, there is technically a lot of stuff that I think David Wood says talking about the, stupidity in Islam, where I just feel like if you replace the word Islam with Christianity, the argument still completely holds true. And I wish that he would also see that. That being said, he does seem to focus mostly on the anti-Islamic stuff as opposed to like the putting out the Christian apologetic stuff, which I do like. And I ask sincerely all of my believing Muslim friends out there, please start doing more Christian anti-Christian apologetics. Like, we love it. Us atheists are having a great time with it. Like, y'all figure out what God we need to be worshiping, and then we'll tell you why it's still bullshit. So and we were joking about Sneeko before this stream. Like, he has also had some not so great takes. But at least he doesn't post videos that make him look like he's not. I genuinely don't understand why Ali Dawah posted that video, Armin. I really don't. And I'm confused by that. I don't think it made him look good. I don't think he looked smart I mean, he's clearly smarter than me and you. He got 2.7 million views, so because I would if I had that video, I would like, why would I post this? Okay, so me and you would think it would be a bad idea to post that video, okay? But Ali Dawah would like, yeah, this is going to be great, and he posted it, and he has 2.7 million views. So clearly, he's smarter than the books. He's smarter than us. Like, what we need, we need that blind, unearned confidence where we're just willing to just like go forward with all of the stuff that makes us look like uneducated or just like a terrible speaker or just like bad with general like relations with other. I don't know, because I guess just kind of like doubling down on that gets you views and clicks. Because I don't know. So. Gaging American saying that's a very Taoist answer, Armin. Well, I wasn't trying to be. I don't know how, but okay, thank you. And then he's also gave us another super chat saying, "How can I go to Islamic hell if I'm under Yama's jurisdiction?" I don't know what Yama's jurisdiction is. Yeah. Do you know? I'm assuming that it has something to do with one of those, as you've described, bizarro Eastern Asian religion. Yes, but come on, Gaijin, you're gonna go to hell, and for the Muslims and the Christians and the Jews, like, it's just, you're gonna be in all of them. I don't know how it works, but God does, and that's Allah has jurisdiction everywhere. That's right. That's right. Allah figured this out a long time ago. Come on, you don't need to be so worried. Yes. Don't worry. You go to hell. Anyways, let's go to this next video. Which I still this one will be better. So what is the so the title says hijabi rejects her Islamic rights. So let's see what this one is about.
If a man comes to you, sister,
wait a second. How come he's pixeling you?
He did good this time.
What is the difference?
I don't know.
Why is she? Oh, I think it's more to do with trying to protect her identity. Okay. Because she's even wearing the hijab. Look at this. Because the video where the women were not wearing the hijab, he did not pixelate. But here, this woman is hijabi, and he pixelated and put a hijabi mock-up, or whatever. So you think You think he's trying to protect her identity because she didn't. No. Because I think he got the permission from those other girls. And maybe not the permission. On camera. Yeah. And this girl probably did not consent. So okay. That would be legal. Okay. So I'm guessing that's what.
If a man comes to you, sister, I'm telling you, you're young, and wants to marry you and says you have to pay half the rent and shopping, you know what hijab says? You're a boy. You say to him, you're a boy.
Wait, what the hell just happened?
Yeah,
I have no
what?
idea. Okay.
Yeah,
If
what?
a ma-
Where is this
okay,
going?
hold on. So if a man comes to you, sister,
A man comes to you, sister, I'm telling you, you're young,
I'm telling you, you're young.
and wants to
Right.
marry you, and says you have to pay half the rent and shopping. You know what hijab says? You're a boy. You say to
What hijab says?
Okay.
marry you, and says you have to pay half the rent and shopping. You know what hijab says?
Is that hijab as in Muhammad hijab?
You're young, and wants to marry you, and says you have to pay half the rent and shopping. You know what hijab?
You know
can't
what
be-
hijab says? We can't
Do
be
you think-
talking about. Okay, let's see what the rest
Yeah,
of it
because
goes.
it's modesty, right? This wouldn't have anything to do with like the roles that like a man and a woman would have to play under like proper Islamic marriage.
This is Muhammad.
right?
This is about Muhammad hijab. This is about
Has to
Muhammad
be,
hijab.
right?
Yeah. So okay, so Muhammad hijab is a person, but guys, for people who don't know. So Muhammad hijab says you're a boy because a woman's role is not to provide money.
Right. That's where I'm
away?
assuming
Yeah,
he's
so-
going.
So he's talking about gender roles. So she this probably was a conversation about like her wanting to get a job and provide for her family. And Ali Dawah was saying, no, that's a man's job. That's probably where this is going. But let's see
Yeah.
what the rest is.
Hijab says you're a boy. You say to him, you're a boy. Yalla. I need a man.
I wouldn't say that. That's from your point of view, but
So you would go 50-50. No, you're not. Look, look at this. Check this out.
Wallahi al-Azim, I'd go 50. Wallah. Uqsim
Wallahi,
Wallah means like, I swear upon God, I swear upon Allah that I will go 50-50. So this woman wants to go 50-50 with her husband so that he provides 50 and she provides 50. And he's like, Wallahi no.
look at this. Check this out.
Wallahi al-Azim, I'd go 50. Wallah. Uqsim
Wallahi al-Azim Rabbul Kaaba that you don't have to.
Oh my God. He's like swearing extra hard. So she's swearing upon Allah that I will go 50-50 with my husband. And he's swearing upon Allah and also adding a whole bunch of swearing on top of it to make it extra swearing. And he's like, you don't have to, okay?
In Surah Nisa verse 34, Allah says the men are the maintainers and protectors. What?
Oh, you know what that Quranic verse is? That's also the same Quranic verse that tells you
Yeah.
to beat your wife.
Yeah. See if we can
Okay.
see that.
So, okay.
Wallahi al-Azim, I'd go 50. Wallah. Uqsim
Wallahi al-Azim Rabbul Kaaba that you don't have to. In Surah
In Surah Nisa, which is the fourth chapter of the Quran, verse 34 says, Allah
Nisa verse
says,
34, Allah says
men are the caretakers of women. It doesn't say caretakers. It says like that's a bad translation. That's the caretaker translation is the one that makes it nicer. Let me actually bring you the proper translation.
Yeah.
This is like a clean version of the translation.
I went and looked it up too on Quran.com.
It's such
I'm
an
laughing because it's like one of the worst verses you could possibly pull from, right? It's one of the worst. Oh my God.
Look at the actual translation. Look at what they changed. Men are in charge of women.
Uh-huh.
They changed that to men are the caretakers of women.
Yeah.
It's the men are in charge of women.
A couple of
But
them say protectors of women. Yeah, which is a euphemism for I'm in charge of you. That's what protection of my daughter is. That's what protection of your sister is.
Here, to be fair, here it says protectors, right?
Yeah.
But here the translation says are in charge of. So, but here it says protectors.
What-
But I okay, here, how about this?
Mhm.
I could give you multiple translations. But I always learned here the best translation is Pictal. Here, let's say what Pictal says. That's the most accurate translation, actually. But yeah, Pictal also says men are in charge of women. The Pictal is the closest translation to the text.
Mhm.
So it's in charge of women. So this is a dishonest translation here. Men are caretakers of women. This is like trying to make the Quran seem nicer than it actually is. So it says men are the caretaker. You know what? Let's read the entirety of the verse, okay? Okay, so guys, if you want to see translations of the Quran, the two best ones are Sahih International and Pictal. Pictal is the closest to the text, Sahih International is the easiest to understand. Okay, so the easiest to understand translation is Sahih International. The closest to the actual Arabic text is Pictol, right? So I'm going to read the Sahih International, the whole thing. Men are in charge of women by right of what Allah has given one over the other and what they spend for maintenance from their wealth. So it's basically it's saying men are in charge because Allah has been given one gender something more than the other one, so men are kind of like superior, and also because men are the ones who like spend money from their wealth to maintain the family. That's why men are in charge. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
the rest of the verse, which Ali did not read, which is
Mhm.
actually makes it one of the most disgusting verses in the Quran. It says, "So righteous women are devoutly obedient, guarding in their husband's absent what Allah would have them guard." So it's
Mhm.
like so be devout, be obedient, and basically guard your husband's things in their absence. Okay. But those wives from whom you fear arrogance, again, not if they're arrogant, if you just fear arrogance, like
Right.
even if they're not arrogant, you have to just fear arrogance. So what you should do if you fear arrogance from your wives, first advise them. Okay.
Mhm.
So first just tell
Mhm.
them. Then if they persist, forsake them in bed.
Mhm.
Basically, like don't have sex, so get, and
Mhm.
then finally strike them. But
Hmm.
look at this. Here in brackets, it says
Lightly.
lightly.
Oh,
You know
that
what?
makes it okay.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I know it doesn't. I know you're. I know, but it doesn't even say lightly.
It doesn't say it.
You know,
No, it doesn't.
it
No.
in brackets means it's not in the text.
Mhm. And to be clear, because this is me coming raised up not in Islamic tradition. I'm not sure here, so I have to ask somebody who has more knowledge on this. Armin, is this a suggestion? Is this saying that you have the option to beat them, or
No.
is this a command? Is this
This is a
explicitly
command.
telling you what to do?
Yeah, this is a command. It's
Yeah.
telling you that if you fear
Yeah, it is.
disobedience, strike them,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But here, look, the lightly is in the brackets. If you go to the Arabic text,
Mm.
here it's the va'azrabahunna. That's the text. It doesn't have lightly. So see the bed. Okay, strike them. Fa'en. Okay, and then here
Mhm.
nothing says lightly. There is not
Yeah.
a single Arabic word that tells you to hit them lightly. I mean, it will still be disgusting if you were hitting them even lightly.
Right.
But the actual text,
It still
text doesn't tell you.
Right.
Yeah, and if you look at the Pictol translation, also it doesn't have lightly anywhere.
And
this
also in that last line, but if they obey you once more, remember what Armin was just saying, the brackets are not actually there, folks. So what this is telling you from the beginning, it's straight up saying either your wife obeys you constantly, no matter what, you are in charge of her and she does everything that you tell her to do, or beat her. Not or you can beat her or beat her.
Mm.
That is what it is saying. That is exactly what it is saying. So
it's telling you
weird
to take
choice on Ali Dawah's part, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's telling you to take 3 steps. Like first, first. Yeah, like God is so merciful. Don't hit them right away. First, try talking to them, and then like forsake them in bed, and then only then you should beat them. Like God is not like a monster. He's not telling you to go beat them right away.
Isn't it funny too that in there between like talk to them and like beat them, in between that, for whatever reason, Allah thought just all of these husbands were like so good in bed that somehow that would be a big statement. Like all of these dudes just turn around to their wives one day and are like, I'm just not going to have sex with you anymore. And then the wives are going to like fall to their knees and be like, I've never had as good sex as you. Like, please, I'll do whatever. Like, it's very strange. It doesn't make sense. But
wait, that doesn't happen to you when you forsake your wife in bed?
Off camera, Armin. We can talk about this off camera. It's After Dark, Atheist Republic.
That happens for me. Okay.
That's just all the time.
Um,
That's a standard for you,
all-
man. Like you just go. I didn't.
Yeah. Every
Maybe I
time,
should.
every time I tell a girl that I'm not gonna have sex with them, they just fall apart.
This is
I don't know.
this is maybe why the women in my life are not completely obedient to me, you know? And that's my problem. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what I should start doing, is forsaking them in bed. Like, maybe we're
Yeah.
joking, of course. everybody.
In fact,
This is
the
terrible. This
only
is-
thing that the only reason why this doesn't make sense to me is why the striking
because
is
it would
the
have worked
last
after
one.
this.
No, yeah, because for me the worst is the forsaking in bed. Like
I know
the
it's very
first
strange.
for me is first advise them and then strike them, and then if nothing else works, if everything else fails, then forsake them in bed, because that's the real punishment.
I don't know. My thoughts are, and this is just me, and I've heard this, you know, sometimes, that if you're, you know, this is just to men out there. We're getting real specific with it, guys. Okay. Just you know, you fear disobedience from your partner. My suggestion would just be try harder in the bedroom, you know? Like,
Yeah.
maybe you're just doing a really bad job and you just need to step your game up, bro. Like, I don't know. It
I like
seems
this-
backwards.
I like this very last line. It's perfect, because at the end, God always remembers to give himself a pat on the
Yes,
back.
Of
Right.
course. Yeah.
But but if they obey you, once more seek no means against them. Indeed, Allah is ever exalted and grand.
You see?
There is a meme that we just made recently on the Persian side. I don't know if I could find it, because people were absolutely loving it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, god damn it, I can't find it. There's a meme that we posted on our Persian channel, and it was about God, how God talks about himself in the Quran. And it was that meme where Obama is giving himself a medal. You know that meme?
Yes, that is very much. And it's commonplace. It's fascinating to see how vain these deities are. Like, because just all over the Bible, God's just like, man, I'm so cool. And like, yeah, Allah just does that constantly. It's just, it's like, what an insecure baby of a God you would have to be to just be like, I'm so great. I'm so cool. I gave you the right steps on how to beat your wife. I'm so cool. Look at me. Like,
Yeah. So this was the meme, right? This was the meme, but under it was like God talking about himself in the Quran, and this was basically the meme in Persian. Yeah. So this is perfect. Okay, so let's go back to the video. We forgot where was this even going? Here. So
yeah, we were.
By the way,
go ahead.
Yeah. No. This was the verse that Ali Dawah is trying to use
Right.
to tell this woman that you don't have to do 50-50. Okay,
Right.
that's not your role, right?
We got so sidetracked because this verse is
Yeah.
so disgusting that he decided to use, apparently, to tell this woman, hey, you don't have to also provide money for rent with your Muslim partner.
Yeah. The verse that tells you that your husband can beat you, or you're using it to show that she doesn't have to provide. Okay, great.
It's very
Let's go.
odd. I
The
hope
main-
he justifies it. I genuinely don't
Yeah.
think he can, but I hope he does somehow.
Yeah. Okay.
Azim Rabbul Kaaba that you don't have to. In Surah Nisa verse 34, Allah says the men are the maintainers and protectors. What, sister? Maintain means you pay for shopping, you
Oh
pay
my
for rent,
God.
you don't pay a penny. Nah,
It's just so stupid. He is.
So she.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
he's telling her that you shouldn't be the one who provides money. The husband should be the one who provides money because of the Quran 434. But let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
La ilaha illallah. We're giving the extra right. She's saying I don't want it. Look, it's
Oh my God.
They're looking at it's amazing because Quran 34 is one of the most anti-woman verse in the Quran.
Yes.
It's the verse that we go to show how anti-woman Islam is.
Right.
And he is using the same verse to show their rights, like how good Islam is to women. And like, oh my God, this hijabi woman, why don't you understand? Islam is giving you so many rights.
It would be like pointing to the verse in Exodus in the Bible where it explicitly says you can beat your slave just so long as they don't die right after it. Like, and being like, you see the Bible is so loving to those that are in servitude to others. Like it's fascinating. And the fact that because he says right there, he says like, we're giving her extra rights and she doesn't want it. There's so much wrong with that to its core, because it starts off with this notion of Ali Dawah looking around at his Muslim brothers, right? When he says this, and he's basically kind of gesturing to them saying, oh, this poor woman, we've finally, as the gracious, loving men that we are, we've finally let her have some autonomy and ability to make decisions in her life. And she just doesn't want it. She won't take it, you know. It's so backwards and messed up, like to its core, what he is. Again, I really was surprised that he used that verse. I know that verse in the Quran is the one that says to beat women. Like, I have no idea how you could think using that verse of all things. There are some other things in the Quran you could have pointed out, Ali Dawah, that made your point better. Like, they're still gross and wrong, but it would have made it better. But like, it's dishonest because he's not showing the entire verse and he knows that.
Yeah, I like how they didn't put the entirety of the verse. It didn't put the part that the wife beating.
Yeah, and it's flat out dishonest. He knows exactly what the rest of that verse says. He definitely does. And the fact that he's not using it is purposeful. And again, like, to think that part of the verse is in anything whatsoever in terms of like equal rights or anything. Like, how is that? So basically what he's saying is this woman is saying...
No, not equal. They don't believe in equal rights. They believe in giving men's rights and women's rights, but not equal rights. And they like, Islam is so pro-woman because like it's telling you the right to not provide. Like, you are not supposed to provide. But they don't understand that that's not even a right.
Right.
Because that's being you're forcing a role upon women.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right? Like, you not allowing women to go and have a career if they want to, that's not a right. That's taking people's freedom away.
Yes.
Rights are when you are protected and you're for other people not to abuse you. Not that when your hands are tied. Like if I like here, like if I force Secular Rarity, okay, to be, I don't know, a banker. That's the bank, you know, you have to be a banker. That's not a right. Like, what if he doesn't want to be a banker? Or like, hey, it's such a good job. This is the only option that you have. But because I think it's a good job, I've given you the right. Like, it's not a right. You have limited my options. How is that a right?
Right.
So as a woman, maybe I want to be a caretaker at home. Maybe I want to have a career. Like, Islam coming out and saying like, no, you only have this option and not the other one. You're calling that a right? It's insane. You don't even understand what rights are.
You have all the freedom to do exactly what I tell you to do. Like, that's not freedom, bro.
That's not how rights work. That's not how rights work at all.
Maintainers and protectors. What, sister? Maintain means you pay for shopping, you pay for rent, you don't pay a penny. La ilaha illallah. We're giving the extra rights. She's saying I don't want it. Look,
we are giving it. You know how? Here's the thing. No, here's the thing. That's actually gross, even by Islamic standards.
Oh,
because it's Allah that is, even if it was a right.
Oh,
okay, it's Allah that is giving her that right, and you're saying we're giving her.
Yeah,
You're like,
that's a good point.
that was kind of shirky. That was kind of shirky.
Yeah.
Ali Dawah, the Quran is giving the woman that so-called right, and you're saying we're giving her that right. Are you Allah, Ali Dawah? That sounded pretty shirky to me. That was like,
that's a good point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Susanna is like, Armin can always out Muslim a Muslim. Like,
that's a good point. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. The way he said that, it did kind of come off as if he was saying like, look how generous
as if he's
we are.
Allah.
We're giving this right, as opposed to this is the right that Allah has bestowed upon you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Ali, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You think you're the one who's giving that right? Amazing. Oh, by the way, Susanna is like, don't forget to like the stream, guys. Yes, please like the stream. That helps us a lot. Newman is saying Armin is a Muslim in disguise. Yeah, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Look, it's infiltrated your mind so much that you're even foregoing your rights. Look, if you
a woman wanting to work and provide is foregoing her rights.
That's crazy.
It is upside down. It's completely upside down.
Rights.
Me wanting.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I have the. What about the right to choose your own path?
Yes, that's it. That's the right. That's what rights are about, people. Rights are not about you are now required to X. Okay, it's about, hey, here's a blank piece of paper. Draw whatever the fuck you want, or don't. Because you don't have to. You have the right to do with this piece of paper what you want. Saying that somebody has to stay at home and not work is not your right.
Here's an example. The right to bear arms does not mean that everybody is now forced to have a gun. Right?
I love it. All right. Well, you know us here in the US, folks.
We're giving you the right. Like if I hey, I don't want a gun. Why are you saying no to this right that we give? You have to have a gun. Like, what are you talking about?
You Armin, you have the right to free speech. So now you have to start talking constantly. You have to say your ideas, go stand on the street corner and protest and yell, why are you not doing this? How dare you not take these rights that we're giving you? It's insane. It's just insane.
Wait. LGBT rights mean that you all have to be gay. Okay,
that is actually true. It is Pride Month. That is true. Everybody is required to be queer now. You just have to. I'm sorry if you're not, but it's your right. Like how would you not take?
Why are you not? Guys, we're giving them the rights and they're saying no to it. Why are you not gay? Why are you not gay? Are you not? Why do you not appreciate the rights that we're giving you?
The opposite of the Pepe interview. Why are you not gay?
Why are you not gay? Why are you not gay?
Oh
my God. We're giving them the rights, guys.
It's so stupid. I am not. Okay, again, Armin, I'm a good skeptic. I'm going to hold out. I'm going to hold this out. Maybe something happens in the last 15 seconds of this video that makes me understand why he is so popular. But so far, it's terrible. It is some of the worst stuff we have looked at so far. Like,
he's introducing a limitation as a right. He's calling a limitation. He's calling a limitation a right. That's what he's doing. Amazing. Okay, let's see what he's saying.
If you say, you know what, I have mercy on this man. I want to help him out. May Allah bless you. But you don't have to. He has to. He has to provide for you and protect you. No 50-50. No.
But she wants to.
Right. So
you just contradicted everything you said. That's what she's saying. She was saying all this time that she wants to do 50-50. She wasn't suggesting that she had
10 seconds, Armin, and he literally goes back on exactly what he was just fighting for. This is amazing.
You just confirmed everything she said. She didn't say that I have to do 50-50. She said she wants to do 50-50.
Right?
You just contradicted everything you said, Ali. Do you think she was saying like, no, it has to be?
There's no way. Look, go back, rewind, because seriously, he absolutely completely contradicts himself. It's so ridiculous. She says, I want to do this.
She said, I'd go 50-50. And then at the very end, you're like, oh, la, 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 la. Why are you not accepting your right? And then at the end, you're like, you don't have to. Well, she didn't say I have to. She says I want to. She wants to do 50-50. Oh.
Wallahi al-azim Rabbul Kaaba that you don't have to.
She didn't say I have to.
Right.
In Surah Nisa verse 34, Allah says the men are the maintainers and protectors. What, sister? Maintain means you pay for shopping.
Okay.
You pay for rent. You don't pay. La ilaha.
Because here he's making it seem like that's the only option.
Yes.
That's what you have to do. And she's like, that's your interpretation. I don't want to do that. And then at the very end, he confirms that you don't have to do that.
Allah. We're given the extra right. She's saying, I don't want it. Look, it's infiltrated your mind so much that you're even foregoing your rights. Look, if you say, you know what, I have mercy on this man. I want to help him out. May Allah bless you. But you won't have to.
Yeah, but then why did you say? Do you contradict you to yourself? Oh my God!
It doesn't make any sense. And there's a cut. There's an edit there. So like he must have said something in between, like that and jumping to him saying, you know, if you.
I think he realized in the middle of the discussion how insane his position is. So he convinced himself to be like, okay, if you want to have mercy on this man,
I want to help him out.
I want to help him out. May Allah bless you. Okay. So
generous.
She was like, no, because here's the thing. She was saying, I want to go 50-50. Okay. And she was like, and he was like, oh, he's not accepting. First, he was describing that as he's not accepting the right that we're giving her. But now you're as something negative. But now you're saying, may Allah bless you. So which one is it? Like, oh, la, she's not accepting her right. Or now, which is a negative. Or now, may Allah bless you, which is a positive. Yeah. That's a contradiction.
Yeah.
That's a contradiction.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Once again, we are 2 for 2, Armin, where I am just baffled as to why he would post this video, thinking that it makes him look good. Like, he literally said exactly opposite of what he said in the first half of the video. So I'm just baffled. I don't know why he is so popular. Like, there's no evidence in front of me so far. He does say
conviction.
Yeah, he does say it strongly, but like, you know, it's I don't know. It's confusing. Again, maybe he says something in the last few seconds, but
yeah, okay, let's see.
But you don't have to. He has to. He has to provide for you and protect you. No 50-50. Not winning a fight. Hey, listen, you get the first guy, I'll get the second guy. No. He has to go, even if he gets knocked out.
That's so insane. That's seriously ridiculous to me. I have no idea how he could post either of those videos on his own channel.
Okay, let's see. This one got 2.1 million. 2.1 million views.
Christ, Jesus. What? Read some of the comments. Yeah. What does anybody point out the fact that he just completely contradicts himself very quickly? Like, does anybody point out the fact that the value of this video is essentially 0? Like, it's less than 0, because he didn't even actually defend the thing that he was supposedly trying to defend. He failed on that.
The comment that got the most likes, which is usually not the top one, it's a little bit below, got 18,000 likes. This comment got. Right. So the comment says, "Brother Ali fighting more for female rights than the females."
Jesus,
that's Christ. The comment that got 18,000 likes.
Oh my God, Ali Dawah, the feminist, you know, letting women know that they have the right to not leave the house ever. Like, thank you, thank you.
Not the right. They have to choose that. Allah has told them that they're not the providers. It's not even a right.
It's so weird. It's just, I'm serious. Like, I don't know why he would look at that video after it was, unless he just doesn't, right? Like, it's possible, I guess, that he just never reviews any of the stuff, but there's no way that he could genuinely have watched that and then thought like, I did a good job defending that point. Like I really made a great argument for why women.
I mean, so many people think this. I mean, so many of his fans think he did.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what's different about me, Armin.
Yeah.
Maybe it's I value consistency and truth. I don't know. It could be anything, but God, that's so weird. 2 for 2 so far. Seriously, I really am baffled.
Yeah.
I just not even as this isn't like an atheist thing. This isn't like it's nothing like that. This is just me talking about just like creating content for oneself. And I don't understand why he posted either of those. I don't think they make him look good. I think they make him look like an idiot. But
okay, so I think he's not even in this third one. I think he just got a video from somewhere else, because it's supposed to be a video between a Muslim. So it's on Ali Dawah's channel, but it seems to be a Muslim woman who owns a feminist boss babe. Okay, so
Awesome.
this is so let's see what's happening.
If your husband can provide for you,
So this is obviously probably the non-feminist, given the amount of covering that
I'd
she
guess.
is doing. Okay, so yes.
if your husband can provide for you, your first priority is the home.
Yes.
You can't go out and get a career and a job and be like, oh, well, now you're going to split the work 50-50 with me at home, because it's not his responsibility. Allah has told him you must provide for your family, and you are hindering him.
It's the same verse. It's the same verse again. Okay, they're talking about the same wife beating. It's the same wife beating verse that they're not mentioning the wife beating part again. The first part, which is doesn't have the wife beating in it. They're talking about the first part of it, but not the second part.
No job and be like,
Yeah.
No, it's just
my God.
I wonder if there's any justification. Because it sounds like technically it is allowable for the woman to go out and get a job. Like technically it's allowable. It's not required. It's not mandated, but it's allowable. In fact, Allah, may Allah bless you. Why is it not allowable for the fucking husband to take care of the house? What the hell is the restriction on that? Like,
well, I mean, remember Daniel Hagaju said, like, yeah, you could help a little bit. That would be nice, but you're not. It's not your responsibility.
but that's such a stupid argument. That's such a lazy argument, right? Like it's literally saying it's literally saying you have the option to be somebody who provides more well-being in the world, but you're not required to do that. Like imagine somebody saying to you like, hey, Armin, you could be a good person if you wanted to, but you don't have to in my system. That's weird. Why would you argue for that? That just makes you look like a schmuck. Like, it's like, hey, husbands, you could come home and help your wives, take care of the house and, be an equal partner, but also you don't have to. So why would you do it? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand this argument.
All right, let's see what the point that she's trying to make. Yeah, if you're okay, let's see what her arguments are.
provide for you, your first.
Let's go from the beginning.
If your husband can provide for you, your first priority is the home.
Yes.
You can't go out and get a career and a job and be like, oh, well, now you're going to split the work 50-50 with me at home, because it's not his responsibility.
So even if you get a job, so he has a job, and you say, well, I have gotten a job. So given that we're both providing, can we also split the work at home 50-50?
Right.
She's like, no. Even if you go get a job, it's not his responsibility to do housework.
Yeah.
So he's working and you're working, but when you both come home, you clean, he doesn't.
It doesn't make any sense. It's just
is that what she's saying?
Yeah, it does. And it seems like there's a super huge loophole right at the beginning. See, if your husband
But that's-
can provide for you, so what if
I'm
your
not sure.
husband
I'm not sure that's what she's saying. I'm just guessing before we watch the whole thing. But before we assume that, I want to see the whole. Let's see.
If your husband can provide for you, your first priority is the home.
Yes.
You can't go out and get a career and a job and be like, oh, well, now you're going to split the work 50-50 with me at home, because it's not his responsibility. Allah has told him you must provide for your family, and you are hindering him from doing that. But if your life balances that you can work and still take care of the home, that's your duty to take on both roles. And then that's your responsibility. You can't come home and be like, oh, I'm so tired from working all day. Can you pick up my slack? Because you're doing something that's optional, whereas he's doing something that is mandatory upon him by Allah, commanded by Allah. And so it comes with balance. It doesn't matter what job she's doing. That's
If you can manage.
Wow. So that's exactly what she's saying. She's like, if he's working and you're working, when you come home, you're still the only person that is cooking and cleaning.
That's crazy. That's crazy to think. I seriously, that is so absurd to me, to think that could possibly ever be viewed as rights. I mean,
it's just, forget rights. It just makes no sense. It's just so unfair,
right?
Because by any, but here's the thing, you could see it, the reasoning she had. The reasoning, because to us, to a sound mind, they're like, okay, I completely understand a couple where the husband says, look, you're not working, I am working. So please,
Absolutely.
you clean the house and cook and clean and take care of the baby, because you're not having any job. I outside of that, and I do. So let's, split the tasks and, get this done, right? That makes total sense. Or the other way around.
Yep.
But if she's like, okay, now she's working as well. Any sound mind would say, okay, now you're both working outside, so you're both bringing money in, so maybe you should both also do some of the housework.
Yes.
Yeah. Every sound mind will be like, that makes a lot of sense. What is her reasoning? What reasoning she provides? And this is the core here. This is important, because this goes to the very foundation of the problem with religion. The reason she gives, so anybody with any sense of logic will see that's as fair. The reason why she says that that's not okay is because Allah did not give him that role.
Yep. That's
exactly the only
right.
reason that's the only reason she has.
It's nonsense, man. That is nonsense. I honestly was hoping that, and again, here we are, and maybe there's something coming up in the next few seconds, Armin. But she straight up said, the reason that you are allowed to accept this completely illogical situation that I've just laid out for you is because Allah already told you what to do. Like, shame on you for trying to go outside of what Allah mandated. Like, you shouldn't have the job. That's what she's saying. She's saying that if you're in the boat as a woman of having a job and providing financially for the household, and you can't take care of your duties at home, the problem is that you have the job. That's what she's saying, because the issue is never about you doing the job. The issue is not about the finances or anything. It's specifically about you are supposed to be doing these tasks laid out by Allah. And there's a reason that they're laid out like that. It's explicitly trying to take an entire group of people in the world and put them on a lower status. That is exactly what it is trying to do. And she's 100% cool with that. She's like, yes, this is exactly right. We are supposed to be taking care of the home. It's very, very strange. I
mean, even if she said, like, you know what, they're supposed to bring in money and we're supposed to take care of the home, at least that would be like, okay, split the role, split the tasks. But the fact that they go the extra mile and say, like, even if you go work outside, he's still not supposed to take care of it. That's right. Like, This is like, oh yeah, such a oh my god, such an amazing religion, so fair.
Yeah, it's because at the end of the day, it's not a like the way that they paint it, right? The way that Ali Dawah ended up contradicting himself at the end of that last video, and the way that she puts it out here of like this, oh, there's this choice, there's like this possibility that you could do that. They really are trying to say, even though that possibility may exist, don't do it. Like that's what they're wanting. That they're showing their hand by just by ultimately falling back on, hey, your number one job is this home stuff, and if anything else is getting in the way of that, that's your fault for not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. Like it's amazing, fascinating to me that they both chose that verse. Like, wow.
Yeah, the wife beating verse.
The wife beating verse. Right.
Yeah, let's listen to the
Allah, commanded by Allah. And so it comes with balance. It doesn't matter what job she's doing. That's
if you can manage the time effectively, whereby your obligations and duties are never, ever, ever compromised as a woman. So that doesn't happen.
Okay, you know what's gonna happen? Eventually, okay, look, you know what?
Oh, he's actually there. He's there.
Compromised as a woman. So that doesn't happen.
Okay, you know what's gonna happen? Eventually, okay, look, you know what?
Wait, what was this lady's point? I don't get this.
By Allah, commanded by Allah. And so it comes with balance. It doesn't matter what job she's doing. That's
if you can manage the time effectively.
If you can manage the time effectively,
whereby
your obligations and duties
are never, ever, ever compromised as a
compromise as a woman. Okay.
So that doesn't happen.
Okay, you know what's gonna happen?
See, I think
I have no idea.
I think, and I think there's a longer point, but I think what she might be getting at is she's trying to again give the pretense of an option, give this illusion that there is a choice by saying, well, technically women can work outside the home as long as it doesn't affect their duties, but that never happens.
I don't think here they're at all saying removing that option for a woman to go work outside. I don't think I don't think they're doing that here at all. I think what they're saying is that even if you go do that, you still have to, the husband still has to do rest when he comes home, and you still have to do all the work. That's the main point here.
I think what they're saying is, let me put it this way. It's kind of like if I cooked a dinner for you one day and I walked up to you with a plate of steak and I said, you know, technically you could have other things, but if you eat anything else, like you still have to eat this whole steak. So you might as well just eat the steak. Like basically I'm presenting an illusion of option, but I'm not actually giving you an option. Does that make sense? Like I'm telling you, hey, you know, you don't have to, you know, do this right now, but if you don't do this, you're still going to have to do it eventually, and you're just going to feel worse when you do it. So you might as well just do it now anyway. It's this soft way of trying to say, this is the only option for you. That's what I'm getting from it. But I mean, I don't know.
I think it was a weird cut anyway. I think they didn't do
it was a poor job. Yeah, Ali Dawah does a bad job with these, but
yeah, but you still get millions of views for some reason.
I have no idea.
Okay, look, you know what? That's a super.
Hold on.
As a woman, so that doesn't happen.
Okay, you know what's gonna happen? Eventually, okay, look, you know what? That's a superwoman. If she can do that, oh good, well, I'm gonna problem. But I know at one place it's gonna crack. I can't manage both. And what's gonna happen? It's gonna come at the cost of my rights being violated.
Oh my god! Holy crap! No way.
I see what the point was. Okay, they say like. So they're saying to women, okay, you were right, okay? They were like, don't pick the career choice, okay? Because if you pick the career choice, you still have to do all the housework, okay?
Yes.
And you can't do, and
you won't be able to.
You won't be able to. And that was their feminist probably. I was like, no, I can't do it. I could do both. I understand that if I have a career, that the husband comes home, he doesn't have to do the housework, and I have to do all the housework. But if I manage my time properly, I could have both worlds. I could take care of the kids. I could cook. I could clean. and take care of my husband and at the same time have my career. And Ali and that other Muslim woman, like, you think you can, but you can't. Just accept your right. Just take it. Just take the right, and then don't choose the career option. The two last videos is trying to tell women to not go for not go get educated and not pick a career.
Exactly.
Just stay home and cook
Exactly.
and clean.
And they're trying to present it as if there is still an option. And he cut it off. He ended it right. He ended it right after he said the most absurd thing in that entire video, which is, my rights are being violated. Do you hear that, Armin? His rights as a man is being violated by having to go home.
Did he say that? Did he say
that? Go
play
it again. Pull it back up. Play it again.
And what's going to happen? It's going to come at the cost.
It comes at the cost of his rights.
I think he means a woman as a woman.
I don't think so. Hang on.
And what's going to happen? It's going to come at the cost of my rights. But I know at one place it's going to crack. I can't manage both. And what's going to happen? It's going to come at the cost of my rights being violated.
No, I think he's talking about...
Here's what I think he's saying. Okay?
If she can do that, oh good, well, I've got no problem. But I know at one place it's going to crack. I can't manage both. And what's going to happen? It's going to come at the cost of my rights being violated.
Okay.
No, I think he's talking about the woman's... wait, it can't be his right.
No,
I think he's talking as if he's a woman.
No. Okay, let me explain what I think he's saying. What I think he's saying is he's responding to that woman who said, yes, as a devout Muslim woman, you can go out and have a job as long as it doesn't mess up your home stuff. And what Ali Dawah is saying is, even if that's possible, let's say she's a superwoman who can somehow manage this, there's going to be at least one part that she can't manage. And then who will that fall on? Whose rights will be violated? Mine, the man's, because I'll have to do work when I get home. How dare she?
Wow.
That's what I think he's fucking saying. Seriously. That's insane. That is crazy, Armin. Holy crap.
If that's what he's saying, that's insane.
I'm telling you, that is what I think. I definitely could be wrong, y'all. I definitely think that is what he is saying. He is saying that his rights would be violated. His rights to go home and do nothing while his wife slaves for him. His rights would be violated. That's what I think he's saying. That's disgusting.
I thought he was speaking as if he's the woman.
No.
He's like, my rights. No. Okay,
You're being too generous. You're being too generous to his argument there. I truly believe he is saying that he will be the one that is put...
suffer.
Isn't that crazy? Do you see how twisted religion can make your view of the world around you, people? Like, that's so crazy. The guy is saying his right to kick his feet up and watch his partner work for him is being violated. That's his right.
If you go get a career, like you're right. He's saying that you claim that you could serve me properly.
Yes.
While you have a career, as you should be, but I don't think you will be able to serve me as you should.
Yes.
If you also have a career.
Yes.
And my rights is violated because your job is to serve me.
You were supposed to be serving
right.
me. Yes. How crazy is that? How ridiculous is that?
Okay. Wow.
Before we started, folks, Armin was like, man, I don't know if these are going to even be that good. These videos might not say anything as ridiculous as we think. And this is where we ended. We ended with Ali Dawah claiming that a woman going out and getting a job violates the rights of her husband to force her to serve him. That's where we're at. What an amazing view on rights. What an amazing view on just partnership in general. Holy crap, that is disgusting. Like that is the definition of when Christopher Hitchens said religion poisons everything, right? Like it twists your mind so far to think that that's
By the way, that also got 1.4 million views and 61,000 views.
1.4 million.
And 61,000 likes. 61,000 likes. Just
do you even think that many people that watched it caught that at the end? Because it's like right at the end, like he cuts it so quick right there. And oh my gosh. That's so weird, Armin. I'm sorry. I didn't think he was going to end with something like that. That blew my mind. That's amazing. That's almost like imagine okay, I'll put it to you this way. A lot of times here in the South in the US, we talk about the Civil War in a slightly different way than most everybody else in the world talks about it. And some people will talk about it how those northern states, they just wanted to take away our freedoms, Armin. They just wanted to take away our rights. And then you ask that person, you look them dead in the eye and you go,
which rights?
Yeah. What was that freedom you didn't want stripped away? What were you trying to do again? And it's like, well,
state rights.
We want our state to have the right. And it's like, oh, cool. What right again? What right was it you didn't want taken away? And then you find out it's slavery, people. It's slavery that they're saying they didn't want their rights taken away from. So honestly, we're only like half a step away from that with what Ali Dawah was saying there. It's not technically slavery because it's marriage.
It's slavery.
It's slavery. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it is slavery. Yeah.
You're taking away my right to use you as an object to serve me. That's what he said. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I mean, they don't get paid for it. I mean, yeah. So it's slavery.
Crazy. Wow. Man. All right. Well, I feel like yeah,
you're good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. I still have no understanding as to why he's so popular in the Muslim space.
I think you know how in adult movies, okay, I didn't used to get this. Why the men look so ugly in many of them?
Because it's yeah, okay. I think I know where you're going. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because a lot of people could relate. They could imagine themselves. Because if it's a guy with a six-pack and a great body, right, they're like, okay, yeah, of course, a man like that would be able to sleep with a woman like that, right?
You want to see the average Joe.
You want to see the average guy, so you could imagine, So I think the reason why Ali Dawah is so popular is because he's so relatable. Because they're all idiots.
Yeah. That
And
could be it. Yeah. Just so everybody out there, by the way, knows, Armin and I don't have that problem with the adult videos, by the way. So when we see, an attractive guy in those videos, we're like, yes, we relate very much to that. Confident, very intelligent, entertaining just all around. So just wanted to throw that out there in case anybody was wondering. No, I do think I don't have anything else right now. I think that is probably the best answer as to why he's popular, is because so many of like the average believing Muslim out there is like, yeah, that's what I would say. Like, that's me.
Yeah.
I'd be, because there's no way he just looked like an idiot in all of those. He looked like an absolute idiot. That's so weird.
Because if Ali Dawah is smart, then I could see myself as also being smart. Okay, but if to be smart is to talk like Daniel Hairaju, then I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? If I need to know about Islam as much as Daniel Hairaju, then I'm an idiot. Okay. Right. But if to be intelligent, so I have to say Ali Dawah is intelligent because that would make me also intelligent.
That's that moment where you're like, man, y'all, I'm not you know, I'm not the best in the world, but I'm not that, right? Like I'm not that
Yeah.
low, am I? Like I'm at least better than that, right? Yeah.
Right.
Good gosh.
I think that's my
it's-
theory.
It's confusing. It really is, because in every single one of those, it just, again, the first one he contradicted him. So the first one he contradicted himself, and he basically made it look like he didn't even understand what he was talking about. In the second one, not only does he just get stuff completely wrong, but he also highlights one of the most disgusting verses in the Quran. And then in the third one, after letting other people do that, he then advocates for slavery, essentially. Like it's so weird. I don't know how you walk away from any of those videos thinking like, yeah, I'm the good person in this video. Like I'm the one that people should root for. My gosh. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna do more Islamic videos next week. So if you're enjoying this, like and subscribe and leave a comment after the stream is over. But also tell other people that we're doing this, because not that many people are doing this. Like we're going through so many Islamic Dawah videos and just reviewing them together every week. So we would appreciate you guys telling people. Wait, we got another super chat. Did I miss that? Oh yeah, I missed another super. Asian American saying real men can work, clean, and cook. Okay, I don't like that actually. Okay. No, not the fact that we can, you know, the real men part, because like.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a tongue in cheek, but yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I will say I love to cook and clean. I really do.
Yeah.
I clean some mean stuff. I also cook some very good dishes, y'all. Come over to my house anytime. I'm joking. Don't do that.
Yeah. But just to be clear, I know this is a joke. I just want to be clear, okay? If you are a woman who likes to work and don't like to cook and clean, you're a real woman. Or if you're a woman who likes to cook and clean and don't work, you're a real woman. And if you're a man that likes to work, and it's okay to be a man that works and doesn't cook and clean. If you have an understanding with your partner that I'm doing the working, like you could go traditional here. Don't let some progressive tell you that traditional is bad. Okay.
Right.
If you have an understanding with your partner and you want to work and she's not going to work and she wants to cook and clean and you want to go traditional, as long as you're all happy, as long as you have an understanding, it's good. You could switch it around, maybe the other way around. Okay. We don't want to do the other, you know, we don't want to be like, oh, the traditional way is wrong and it has to be that they both work and they both cook and clean.
Exactly.
It's about giving choices. It's about people deciding what works for them in their life. You could do traditional, you could do non-traditional. You figure it out. Okay?
Again,
you can all figure it out.
It is not freedom when you tell somebody you have to do this. It is not options when you tell them you have to do this. So telling everybody out there in their relationships they have to work in a specific way is not correct. That's not right. Adults get to make their own choices as long as they're informed and consenting. And if a particular relationship wants to be structured this way and a particular relationship wants to be structured another, it's okay as long as people are not just forced into doing it. But
and
it's un-Islamic. I mean, probably if you guys are considering.
So but it's what I want to say to people who are like progressives is not to go tell women that they are behind and they're outdated and they're so backwards because they're not career women and they're cooking and cleaning.
Exactly.
Okay? If that's not being forced on them and that's genuinely what's making them happy, okay, fuck off. Fuck off, okay? If you want to be a career woman, be a career woman. If you want to be, you know, a traditional cooking and cleaning type of woman, be that. You know, do what makes you happy. Yeah.
Because that really is what freedom is. That really is what rights are. Other restricting people around that is never going to result in the most happiness for all people. And that's important too. All you alpha male bros out there that think you're just going to be completely happy once you find a woman that submits to you. Like, understand that system hurts you also. You are also hurt. That's what toxicity is. It hurts everybody involved. So I'm honestly still surprised. Again, I know I've said it. I'm honestly still surprised all three of those videos Ali Dawah posted. They make him look like a jackass. So I don't understand.
Well, maybe
that's his brand.
Maybe that's just what he.
It's just like, man, I wanna go out there and just show people how possible it is to just be completely a bumbling idiot and still become popular. Like, that's it. And hey, I support him in that. He is absolutely showing that you do not have to be intelligent or a good speaker or just entertaining at all, and you can still receive 2.7 million views on a video. So good for him. That's impressive.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna head out. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment. That really helps the channel. Don't leave without leaving a comment, please. And also, see you next week with another Islamic
Real quick, before we go, I have to say this because I'm so super proud, and I have to at least give a little bit of love. Guys, if you didn't see Armin on the Atheist Experience the other day, go freaking watch it. He absolutely crushed it. It was amazing. It was so good. I am so thrilled that he was on there. Yeah, go check it out. It's so worth it. You will not be disappointed. Like, love you, dude. I'm so glad you were there. Like, it's so deserved. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. Oh, that was a dream come true.
It's so cool, man. It's so cool. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, guys. See you guys next week. Bye.